Hello, dears. All of you, welcome. Here we are covering the remaining turnover ratios that we have to discuss. Altogether, there are 6 turnover ratios: stock turnover ratio and debtors turnover ratio that we discussed already. Today, we are covering creditors turnover ratio, fixed assets turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio, and capital turnover ratio. Creditors turnover ratio or payables turnover ratio shows the relationship between net credit purchases and the amount of sundry creditors including bills payables. This ratio indicates the number of times the accounts payables are covered in a year, showing the credit period enjoyed by the firm in paying its creditors. So what is the meaning of creditors turnover ratio, or why we are computing creditors turnover ratio? You know that whenever the company makes a credit purchase from its suppliers, there arise creditors. The company owes money to the supplier. So here the supplier is the creditor on account of the credit purchase of the company. Creditors turnover ratio shows the time taken by company for paying the creditors, for paying the suppliers. Suppose if the company is purchasing goods from XYZ company on credit, here XYZ company is the creditor of the company. Creditors turnover ratio shows how frequently the company pays to the XYZ company on account of the credit purchase. When the company is making a payment to the creditor, that is shown by creditors turnover ratio or payables turnover ratio. The number of times the accounts payables are covered in a year, number of times the company is making a payment to the supplier, number of times the company is paying to XYZ, or the credit period enjoyed by the company. Suppose if you are the company purchasing goods from XYZ company, after purchasing the goods on credit from the XYZ, what period, how many days or how many months you are taking for making their payment, that is revealed by creditors turnover ratio. The equation for computing creditors turnover ratio is net credit purchases divided by average creditors including bills payables. Creditors arise on account of credit purchase. That is why the numerator is net credit purchase. For all other turnover ratios, we are taking sales as the numerator. For computing the credit purchase, net credit purchase, from the total purchases, you have to deduct the cash purchase and also you have to deduct the purchase returns. Average creditors, as we computed average debtors, opening plus closing divided by 2. Likewise, we compute the average bills payables also. Sorry, here it is given bills receivables. It is bills payables. Sorry for the mistake. If the figure of opening balance of bills payables or sundry creditors is not available in the question, you have to take the closing value as the average. Again, you don't want to go to average, or you don't want to compute the average. If only closing values are given, that is to be taken as such as average value of creditors or bills payables. Here the result of this ratio is also presented in number of times. Number of times the company is paying its creditors. That is the interpretation. And if the information about credit purchase is also not available in the question for examination purpose, you have to take the figure of total purchase as the credit purchase. Total purchase will be treated as credit purchase. Here also the provision for discount on creditors are not deducted from creditors. Creditors turnover ratio indicates the velocity with which creditors are turned over in relation to purchase. It is very simple. what period of time the company is taking for paying its creditors. That is shown by creditors velocity. Whenever the creditors turnover ratio is expressed in period, that is creditors velocity, or that is the average payment period. നിങ്ങളൊരു ക്രെഡിറ്റ് പേർച്ചേസ് നടത്തുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, ഇഫ് ദ കമ്പനി ഈസ് മേക്കിംഗ് എ ക്രെഡിറ്റ് പേർച്ചേസ്, എത്ര ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് സപ്ലയേഴ്സിന് ക്യാഷ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്, അതാണെന്ത് ക്രെഡിറ്റേഴ്സ് വെലോസിറ്റി. വെരി സിമ്പിൾ. ഇറ്റ്സ് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടഡ് 365 total days in a year divided by creditors turnover ratio, or otherwise you can apply the direct equation, average creditors including bills payables divided by net credit purchases into 365. If you want to compute credit purchase per day, net credit purchase of the year divided by 365 will give you the credit purchase made by the company one day. Creditors turnover ratio indicates the number of times the creditors are paid in a year. This will help you to know whether the firm is enjoying actually the credit period promised by the creditors or suppliers. Suppose if your creditor or supplier is offering you for example 50 days and the company is availing only 40 days, means the company is not at all taking the advantage given by the creditors. You know that in financial management you learned that you should take the full advantage given by the suppliers. If you want to make a payment, you have to pay it on the last day. So if the suppliers are offering you 50 days, the company should take that 50 days full advantage. Before 50 days, the company should not go for making the payment. Right? So if the turnover ratio is high, the credit period velocity will be lower. Means the payment to the creditors is made early. Means early payment to the creditors, and the firm is not taking the full advantage of the credit period allowed by the creditors. Likewise, if the ratio is lower one, if the turnover ratio is lower one, means longer will be the credit period. After a long period of time you are paying your creditors, means the payment to the creditors are delayed. Anyway, if you are having a very high turnover ratio, means that you are having adequate funds for paying your creditors early. That's also a very good position, but you should keep in mind that you have to take the full advantage of the credit period given by your suppliers. That's all about creditors turnover ratio. Next turnover ratio that we are discussing is working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio establishes a relationship between net sales and simply working capital. So what is the objective of computing this ratio? You know that all the turnover ratios are computed to know whether the company is utilizing its assets effectively. Here, working capital turnover ratio indicates how effectively a firm utilizes its working capital for generating return, for generating sales. Generally, higher the ratio, better is the utilization of working capital. This means a lower investment in working capital has generated more volume of sales. But a very high ratio indicates over trading. The standard is 7 to 8 times. Suppose if you get 10 times, that is expressed like that, means നിങ്ങളുടെ വർക്കിംഗ് ക്യാപിറ്റലിനെ കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ your net sale is 10 times more than that of the working capital. That is the interpretation. So if your sales volume is increasing, the sales volume is very big, and your working capital position is lower, that is the interpretation of this ratio. So there will be an impact of over trading. Over trading means what? You are doing your business, you are trading your business than your capacity, means your cash flows are, your working capital position is weak, or the company is facing a stress and strain because of the shortage of working capital. That is also not preferred. Anyway, if the ratio is higher, one means you are having a very good sales volume. Okay, that is the interpretation of working capital turnover ratio. If the ratio is high, that is good, but a very high ratio indicates that will indicates over trading, right? Fifth turnover ratio is capital turnover ratio. Capital turnover ratio equals net sales by capital employed. Here capital employed means fixed assets plus working capital. In our first classes we discussed what is meant by capital employed and how that we can compute and everything. Capital employed is equal to fixed assets plus current assets minus current liabilities, or fixed assets plus working capital. That is one of the way for computing capital employed. Anyway, capital turnover ratio shows how effectively a firm utilizes its capital for generating sales, right? And the last turnover ratio is fixed assets turnover ratio, that shows the utilization of fixed assets by the company, or the efficiency of the company in utilizing its fixed assets. The ratio is, the equation is net sales divided by net fixed assets, means fixed assets after depreciation that you have to take. So this ratio is computed to determine to what extent the investment in fixed assets has been achieving its objective of generating sales. We are purchasing fixed assets and everything for generating sales, for generating profit. So this ratio checks whether the company is utilizing its fixed assets for generating sales effectively. A high ratio indicates better utilization of fixed assets, and a low ratio definitely indicates underutilization of fixed assets in generating sales. So that's all about turnover ratios. Turnover ratios or activity ratios shows how effectively a firm utilizes its assets for generating return, for generating sales. So for all the turnover ratios, the numerator will be most probably other than for creditors turnover ratio. For all other turnover ratios, the numerator is sales. The denominator, that only you want to change. So it is easy to remember the equations. Anyway, to conclude, we can say that it is used to check whether the company is properly, effectively, efficiently using its assets or not. That is revealed by turnover or activity ratios. So that we can wind up today.